Well, a very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, Patricia and David. Hopefully I'm sounding very calm, because I'm not very calm because I cannot get my remote antenna working. So we'll just try and hear you through our vertical antenna. But as only Charles talks to me, and as he comes through on the vertical antenna quite well, it is not too much of a problem. We have had the most amazing 24 hours of weather, but it is actually reasonably decent at the moment. We still have our southerlies, our easters. Here we're quite sheltered. It's only about 16 knots from the south-southeast, and it's 17 degrees. I don't know why it's 17 with a southerly, but anyway, 1016.1 and cloudy with the odd bit of drizzle. But yeah, what's the news? The news from Fiji is still not good. Lots of new COVID cases, both on the Suva side and Nandi side. I think they've now isolated the hospital in Nandi area because there are so many. So things are not looking very good for you folk up there at all, I'm afraid. News from New Caledonia as well, which might cause a little bit of social problems for people going there, is that they have announced a new referendum to see whether they extract themselves from France. The requirement was to have 3 within umpteen years, I can't remember, 3 years I think, and they've decided to bring it forward and have it in November, and the people that want to distance themselves from France reckons that's not long enough. So there could be a little bit of social unrest there for those people to watch out for if you're going to New Caledonia. So anyway, here we are with a bit of social unrest in our house, actually, with all of these fibre-related problems and internet-related problems. The Netgear router has decided not to work, but fortunately I have the AIS, I think, still working, and the reports are in. Quite a few people have arrived, of course, and there is some who's probably coming next. Sumor 2, they're at 17.9 south and 177, doing still good speeds, 8.2. We've got Fusio is at 19.3. This is at 5:30. Oh no, this was 5:30 this morning. Sumor was 1:30 p.m. But Fusio going along 6 knots on a course of 344, and they're at 177 longitude. So good going, guys. Amici still got good speeds, 9.1, course of 337. Yeah, 22.2 south and 175.8. That was from yesterday. I'm not sure what's happening with your AIS. Enola, 18.9, very close, 178.8. That was at early this morning, so they'll be almost there. Imagination, evening to you guys, 6 knots at 015 course. This was just after lunch, 118, 20.9 south and 178 east. And Indigo 2, we're at 18.3 south and 178.8. That was at 3:17 p.m. 5.5 knots, 019. Coravita, they're close, 17.8 south and 179. That was 10:30, must have been AM. Yes, don't know why I put PM. Cockatoo is at 20.4 south, 179.5. It's going to be quite a party in the old quarantine anchorage very shortly. 5.2, 352 course. And Sula 2, hi you guys. Boy, you're breathing down the barn, aren't you? 3:16 p.m. this report came in. 4.9 speed, 344. And you were at 3:16 at 20.9 south and 178.6 east. So Windflower, you are at 21, and you've got, not too many around you. 5.8, 012 course, 21.3 south and 179.3. That was at real early this morning, 4 o'clock in fact. So there you are. A few reports to have a look at, but yes, there's going to be quite a lot of activity. I hope the customs people got plenty of swabs ready for a few days' time to check you all out. That is the results. I'm going to put you through to David. We are a little bit distracted because we have a chap here looking at the carpentry work that needs to be done after the flood. You know, you don't have to just be on a boat to have a flood. You can have rats in your basement that chew into your water lines, and that's what we're dealing with here. So I'm going to put through to a quick word from David and then get back to our carpenter.
Yeah, well, greetings from, talk about rats. I've got 8 traps out. I've tried all kinds of different things, peanut butter, dark chocolate, you name it, I've tried it. And boy, they are wily, that's for sure. Yeah, plus the poisons. Anyway, again, greetings from both of us as the North Island complex low remains active. This is the one we've had now for the last couple of days. Centered yesterday just west of Cape Reinga. You may remember I mentioned that. It's moved east, just a little bit to the east of North Cape. So it's gone kind of fair distance, but very slow moving, very slow moving. The North Island is still under, of course, cyclonic winds due to this low. Actually, it's a series of lows. And the main one, the main center, continues to send north an active trough. We talked about that trough yesterday that runs between Tonga and Niue. It continues onward and goes up to the northwest all the way to the Solomons. And also the cold front is coming from the complex low. Not quite making it to Kendavu, so whereas it looked like it was going to do that yesterday, now it's hanging back a bit. Fiji should be experiencing cooler southerly winds and mainly fine conditions, really, looking at satellite imagery. It doesn't look bad at all. Now, that cold front that's below Kendavu continues to run northwest. It goes to Vanuatu and Nukau. Now, the models are vacillating whether it's going to be drifting north to affect Fiji, but nobody agrees, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. Other models show the trough, the other trough, the one that's affecting the Niue Tonga area and then northwest. That particular trough looks like it may drift south to Fiji. That'll be in a couple of days' time, but we're just going to have to play that by ear as well as to what really happens. And not much else to talk about. The yachts on the way to Fiji are mostly there or nearly there, and they should be enjoying, the ones that are out there, should be enjoying southerly quadrant winds, I'd say about 10 to 15 knots or so. Very nice conditions. It should be good sailing. By Thursday, the winds will probably veer a bit to the south-southeast, and then, well, it's about all I can say with regard to the weather. Might try to find out if Charles is up tonight, our Fiji correspondent. Are you there, Charles? Over.
You finished?
Yeah, I just called Charles, but I don't think he hears me.
All right, I think we are finished for the evening. Sorry, folks, but that's about it for us because we're somewhat discombobulated here. And so we'll be back hopefully with things working properly tomorrow night, and we'll have a bit more concentration on the job. Cheers, everybody.